as well. So we started on June 19th. Today is June 25, 5 days, 1 session per day, and we walked through introduction in robotic process automation, introduction to UiPath Studio fundamentals, UI automation, Excel automation, data manipulation, and today we are in for a more pleasurable session, I think, the session where you can explore your onwards journey from here. And how to make the best of this journey and to arrive to the point you want in your future career as automation developers. And for this specific task today, besides our trainers and Afe again, we have my colleague Florin Grigorescu in charge of UiPath Academic Alliance also to talk to you. So be ready to use the chat, and during Q&A you are allowed to unmute, but till then please try to put your questions in the chat so we keep the recording clear for everyone who might use it afterwards. And this being said, about the recordings and the decks, every day you receive an email, and please confirm to me in the chat that you guys have received it with the resources. Also, every day you will find the resources on UiPath forum, the thread dedicated to you. Wait. So at the beginning of this series, we started the forum thread in order to be able to have a conversation with you there, for you to post questions, to get to know each other. And this is your dedicated forum thread. And you can use this onwards from now as well. I will put it again in the chat. So please copy paste this. Okay. And keep it handy because you will be using this in the future as well. This is where you will find all the information from now on, where we will communicate with you. You will also receive by email, but if you watch the UiPath forum thread, you will see daily updates on it. See, you have here the registration for the next day event and the resources from the previous session every day. If you go on to resources, this link, you will find a complete deck with resources from absolutely every session that passed. And today we have a new entry, a form, which you must complete after today, preferably today and tomorrow. So very quick after this session, you should complete this form. And it's meant for all those of you who want to move forward to finish the academy learning path and move towards certification. Now that I've shared where the resources are, and please confirm to me in chat that you have received our daily emails, those who have. So at least I know that that method was working. Just tell me in chat if you received the emails from UiPath community. Okay, I have a no. Okay. Maybe you should also check the spam folder, since it's from UiPath community. Some of it might be in other or in spam, so not in focus email. And you can check there. But anyway, use the forum thread if you did not receive the email. It's exactly the same information. Now I will pass it over to Afe. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you very much, Christina. Let me quickly share my screen. Okay, so welcome again to fifth day, the 5th and final day of the Africa series, Kickstart for Automation Student Developers. I hope you all have enjoyed yourselves, and we've been able to ignite or pique your interest in terms of having your personal automation journey. So today we want to look at how what you've started, how you can continue on this journey, and how it can be continuous, and how it can become beneficial to you. As usual, the hosts for this event, Lagos chapter, and co-hosted the Accra chapter, the Nairobi chapter, as well as the Johannesburg chapter. And we have our mentor, our guide, and the one that has inspired us for the past years, Christina, who is our community manager for for Emia with us as our co-host as well. For today's session, I know we normally say this, I'm going to laugh on this now, but as much as possible, we're not going to spend more than 90 minutes today. So but please, if you have any questions, drop them on the chat so that you don't interrupt the flow. We can attend. We have co-facilitators, I believe, Razak, Joseph. I don't know if Folonshaw is here too. They are available to attend to your questions in the chat. Okay, so for today we have an agenda. Unfortunately, Emmanuel has a work schedule conflict, so he may not be joining us. So I'll be taking both his segments and mine, and then Christina and Florin are going to come in for their own segments as well. So I'll be handling from agenda point number 2 to number 4. Christina will talk about the UiPath Student Champions Program, and Florin will talk about the UiPath Academic Alliance Program. Okay, so let's talk about the future of work and how that's connected with, or how AI-powered automation impacts or will influence the future of work. Now, let's just do a quick recap. Remember, when we started on day 1, we said we had introduced the concept of automation, and we said we could parallel washing machines with the ability of automation to improve the quality of our lives. And so we said automation refers to the use of technology and systems to perform tasks without human intervention, and that the notion that automation eliminates repetitive tasks and freeing us to focus on essential work and lead more productive lives can be seen in businesses and employees today. We talked about the various business sectors where automation can be employed. And I will conclude by saying that automation reduces human errors and streamline business tasks and processes. So we talked about increased efficiency and the other benefits that comes to us personally and as well to business. Now, whether we like it or not, the reality of software bots or a robot workforce in a workplace has come to stay. So it is we humans that need to become future-proof. We need to acquire the skills that will make us relevant and useful in the workplace of the future. Okay? And we talked about how automation can help us, and we gave 4 reasons: job satisfaction, skill development, enhanced opportunities, and reduce stress. And then for your organization, when time you get into the workplace, save cost, improve accuracy, increase efficiency, enhance compliance, and improved scalability. And then we also quickly talked about day 1, the processes that are best suited for RPA. They should be repetitive, rule-based, and structured. However, we are a place where when people talk about automation, we no longer focus on traditional RPA. RPA is traditional automation. We now have at the point or a phase in the evolution of work and in the use of automation in the workplace where there is the combination of artificial intelligence and automation. So before we start talking about AI-powered automation, let's quickly ask, what is AI? Artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think and learn like humans. So the goal is to create systems that can perform tasks that will normally require human intelligence. And when you now include machine learning to that, we can give a computer algorithm tons of data to learn from. And it will then use this data to kind of create its own rules and instructions, building on the initial guidance provided by humans. And then this is what will help us to achieve the results that we want. So in other words, if we talk about the process of creating an AI algorithm, we're talking about it's to train a computer algorithm or a set of step-by-step instructions to recognize patterns, relationships, and features from large amounts of data. Okay. And the next step you do, or the next thing you do, is to, after you have trained the model, is to now test that model on new data it has never seen before in order for you to evaluate its performance and accuracy. And then the third and final stage, it's for you to fine-tune and optimize that model. So once the model has been trained and tested for accuracy, it's then fine-tuned and enhanced or optimized to enhance its performance and make it suitable for real world applications. So the next thing I think we should talk about would be, how do we connect artificial intelligence to AI-powered automation? So this is automation and AI working hand in hand to transform a complex, time-consuming process into a streamlined, efficient one. So automation takes care of routine tasks and critical processes on the one hand, while AI empowers robots to tackle more intricate challenges. So AI is employed within automation to make predictions, to handle variability, and to interpret unstructured content. Remember, we just said that when you have structured data and when your process or your business task is rule-based and repetitive, that's when it's logically best suited for RP. But with artificial intelligence, it's like you're talking about placing automation on steroids. You're placing automation on steroids. So it's like having a super smart assistant that can read and understand documents and communications. Well, by communications, I mean emails, as well as you can, and even much faster without even getting tired. So with AI automation, we can extract relevant information from documents and communications quickly and accurately, including the underlying emotions and intentions. So AI without automation is like a brain without a body, full of potential, but unable to perform. Conversely, automation without AI is like a body without a brain, capable, but without direction. So imagine not having to spend hours sifting through documents to find information you need, or not having to go through countless emails in order for you to understand the emotions and the asks of the clients, right? Okay. So at this point, we want to talk about two types of AI that we can harness within the UiPath business platform. Okay. The first one is specialized AI, and the second one is generative AI. So quickly, like I said, we're not going to waste time today. So for specialized AI, this is designed to excel at specific tasks or domains so as to deliver highly accurate results. So it doesn't carry the broad cognitive abilities of humans. And so you cannot bring in a scenario for it that you have not designed it for. So in other words, it cannot easily adapt to tasks outside its training without you coming to do further adjustments. So UiPath leverages specialized AI for automation, enhancing the automation of documents, screens, and tasks and processes. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's take invoice extraction, where UiPath has created machine learning models that are specialized in identifying and extracting data from invoices from multiple countries, having been meticulously refined for this purpose over the years. And so we have areas like document processing, settlement analysis, abnormality detection, entity recognition, demand forecasting, and so on. Now, the second type of AI we can harness within the UiPath platform is generative AI. I know many of us are aware of this. It's a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content such as text, images, or music by learning patterns from existing data. So we've seen many software platforms try to incorporate Gen AI into their architecture and into their products. So that's why it's commonly said that Gen AI has various business applications, including content creation or content understanding, code comprehension, amongst others. Now, UiPath leverages large language models. So they have two, DocPath and CompPath, a type of generative AI that's been trained on huge amounts of text, like books, articles, and websites, to understand and generate human-like text. So large language models can help us with tasks like answering questions, writing essays, translating languages, and even chatting with people. And so it's very crucial to note at this point, let's be very clear with this, that Gen AI does not truly understand content like humans. It only predicts the next word or sequence or gives you an output based on patterns in its training data without real comprehension. Okay, so now let's see the products within the UiPath business platform that that you can use to leverage both types of AI, specialized AI and Gen AI. So we have UiPath Communications Mining. This leverages AI and plays a crucial role by classifying incoming emails. So this tool can be employed to manage business processes that start from emails that have been sent. So it could be invoices that have been sent, could be instructions that have been sent, and based on applying AI to the content in those emails, it's able to identify which process to kickstart or what to do. The UiPath Document Understanding utilizes both Gen AI and specialized AI to extract information from various attachments, including ID cards, and even unstructured documents like employment letters and even human handwriting. Okay. Then we have one new one that's a Rave, Clipboard AI, kind of a standalone application that helps in data entry. So in other words, Clipboard AI transfers data between documents and spreadsheets and applications and automatically inserts the data into the right places. So you can have a spreadsheet of data, you point Clipboard AI to that and point it to another screen where there are fields to be filled, and it intelligently knows, okay, I'm going to fill this with this value I've picked from this particular cell, and so on and so forth. So this, you see, Gen AI being used to expedite even things like data labeling by predicting labels, and this leads to significant reduction in the time required for accurate data annotation. Then the last one would be Action Center. This is what allows us to utilize the human in the loop model or the human in the loop collaboration model, where you've employed AI to do something, and then at that point, especially in businesses where you have this maker-checker model, where there's always a two-step of validation for work that is being done or for data that is being worked on. And so AI does the making, and then there's a human component that comes to review to be the checker. And so Action Center is that UiPath product that allows you to ensure that humans can ensure governance and compliance with organizational policies, and thereby we harmonize AI and human collaboration for effective processes. Okay, so at this point, we're going to talk about career roles and opportunities in automation. So let's see. The question would be, which role is suitable for you? And that's a way UiPath has tried to make it very simple. It's how do you get to know the role that is suitable for you based on your intended level of interaction with automation? So for some of you, you may say, I don't want to actually build automations. I love to be a project manager. I want to be a project manager for RP initiatives. Then the role within the automation space that is for you would be automation project manager. If you are the person who wants to be involved in discovery activities before the automation is designed and developed, then there are two other questions we will ask you. Do you want to play an active role in analyzing the business processes that are being targeted for automation? If that is a yes, then you should look at the role of being an automation business analyst. However, if your active role would be in developing scientific ways to identify automation opportunities, then your role should be the automation process analyst. But if you want to be responsible for infrastructure, the hardware and software resources that on which the automation program and strategy of an organization or your organization will run, then you should be looking at the role of an automation infrastructure engineer. Continuing, If, however, you are like some of us who want to build automations, then it could now look at what is your level or your development or programming level. Could be you just want to automate your own task. You are a business user, you want to automate your own task. You don't want to be a core developer, then you will be an automation citizen developer. But if you want to automate enterprise-wide processes, then your role will be the automation developer. But there are other developers who are much more focused in testing solutions for applications and automations. Then that's the role called the test automation engineer. But if for you, you want to come into action after automation and robots have been deployed, then it would be, do you want to manage the robotic workforce and analyze KPIs? You want to see, is there a return on investment? What were the goals and objectives for this particular automation? Now that we have deployed this automation, are those goals and those objectives, those key performance indexes, have they been met? Then you would be for the role automation operations manager. But however, if you want to be involved in troubleshooting automations that are in production, maybe also lend a hand to citizen developers, business users who are automation citizen developers, then you are the role automation support analyst. Now, let's look at the automation developer, because I want to believe that most of us, especially with the fact that we use Studio for the past 3 days, then let's consider the role of the automation developer first. So the automation developer creates production-ready automation workflows and components. You can see on the screen your prerequisites. If you plan, you are a student now, but you're looking forward and saying, I want to become an automation developer, this is what you should plan it on. These are the prerequisites. These are the UiPath knowledge and skills you need to have. And then there's the learning path for you. When you go to UiPath Academy, after you've gone through the Automation Explorer course, you want to do the associate training and then the developer professional training. Now, I would want to call them advanced developers that we call solution architects. They design and document process automation solutions. So it means whatever design documents that gets to an automation developer, it's because a solution architect have collaborated with the business analyst to put that together. That's why you're seeing design and then the document process automation solutions. And now you can choose. There are people who have career growth, moved from being an automation developer to becoming a solution architect. It comes with experience though, but these are the prerequisites that you need to have, and then the UiPath knowledge and skills, and then your learning path. So which means when you get to the automation developer professional training, you do not stop there. You need to take the solution architect training, and you need to have the advanced certification for RPA. So that is very, very compulsory. Okay. Then next is the specialized AI professional. So there are automation developers who are much more interested in cooking out AI solutions, like we said, AI-powered automations for their organizations or for their clients. So these guys automate tasks using specialized AI solutions in order to free up more time for creative work. And for these, you need to have at least 6 months of experience with core automation development, and then some other prerequisites, as you can see on the screen. And it means you need to also take the specialized AI professional training on Studio, and some of these other UiPath knowledge and skills you need to have. So quickly, then the test automation engineer, these guys are much more interested in testing automation scripts for application testing and even for automation workflows. And you can see on the screen the prerequisites as well as the UiPath knowledge and skills and whatever training they need to learn on UiPath Academy. And then for those who want to be involved in automation, but like I said earlier, don't want to be the ones building it, you may want to be an automation business analyst. You are interested in discovering automation opportunities. You want to document and improve processes, optimize processes before, in fact, that is make processes automation ready or automation fit. That would be your role, and that would be your job or your focus. But this, apart from what you need to learn, the automation business analyst training on UiPath Academy, it will be very important that you have at least 1 year of experience with business analysis and process improvements, and then knowledge of business analysis methodology like Lean Six Sigma. You want to be proficient in techniques like SWOT, value chain analysis, elicitation, process mapping, and so on and so forth. And then the project manager, like some people call it delivery manager or product manager. There are other professional certifications you need to have, and as well as your experience, apart from the automation project manager foundation that course you need to take on UiPath. There's a need for you to enhance your resume with certifications like the PMI and ITIL. Okay. Then other roles, process mining developer, those who are much more interested in developing process mining applications within the discovery stage of the automation lifecycle in order to drive process improvements. If you remember day one, we talked about the automation lifecycle, and then the infrastructure engineer I mentioned the other time. So quickly now, let's talk about UiPath Academy, certifications, and learning resources. So I'm going to, so for UiPath certifications, we've been talking about UiPath Academy. So UiPath Academy, this is UiPath Academy. Let me see if I can hide floating meeting control. Yeah, okay, so this is UiPath Academy. If you go to your learning plans, like we've been telling you in the chat since day one, you see these training or learning paths that we've been talking about. So we have for you to be able to take any of these certificates. Sorry, let me go back here first. Yeah, so for these learning plans or career paths, we have some of them here, sorry. So you can see, we've been telling you guys to take this. See this Automation Developer Associate Training. So this, I think Christina will be giving you more information about this for those who are interested in getting some certification vouchers. This is the course you need to take. And if you want to then continue after you've done this, then you need to take the Automation Developer Professional Training. Like we mentioned earlier. And then there are other trainings for business analysts and SAP specialists. They are all on this page. Just go to UiPath Academy, go to learning plans, and you are going to see all of them. Same thing for the certifications. If you go to certifications, the voucher you want to have at the end of these, what I call it the African Series After Party. It's this is the voucher that you are aiming to get. And you can learn more about this as you finish the Associate Developer Training Plan. I would like you to go to certification here, and you can check your exam readiness, and you take this free online practice test to see how ready you are for this certification exam. And apart from this, there are other certification exams here: Automation Developer Professional, then that for business analysts. There are those for specialized AI associates, and then specialized AI professional, and then we have solution architect professional, test automation engineer professional. So those are the certifications that are available right now from UiPath, and it's awesome to have them because it's a portal where UiPath puts in all those around the world that have one or more of these certifications. So people can go there, recruiters or employers can go there to see who are those that are in the registry of that, in the certification registry. So it's important that as you continue your automation journey, that you work towards getting these one or more of these certifications based on the role, like we discussed, that you want to play. Okay. Then other learning resources, UiPath community. So we've been talking about this for a while now. Please go to, after this session, you can go to UiPath, the community webpage, and you can explore the community chapters. If you go to Africa, you see there's the Accra. For those from Ghana, there's the Accra chapter. From those in Nigeria, there's the Lagos chapter. Kenya, the Nairobi chapter, and then Johannesburg, Joburg, those from South Africa. You can join one or more of these chapters. I belong to several chapters, even some chapters in Asia Pacific and in the Americas. But if you are a student, I will also encourage you to join the global, there should be global, let me look for it. Yeah, join the global student developer chapter to help your journey, because often these chapters organize virtual events like we are doing now. And if you have the time, join those sessions. And if you don't have the time, you can register, you get the recording later, you can learn and improve your skill set by attending those sessions or by watching those recordings. Okay. Then UiPath Forum, it's another portal where we get help, we give help, and we engage with our peers for discussions around challenges, blockers, ideas, and so on and so forth. So please, I think Christina had mentioned something like that. So that's where we even have one of our page for this program, UiPath Forum. Please, if you have issues while you learn in preparation for the validation test for the certification voucher, please, you can drop your questions here. We'll be attentive to this page for the next months or weeks in order to jump in and unblock you. Then, lastly, the UiPath community blog. So here, you're going to, let me see whether I have it open. Yes. So there are articles that are published by experts, MVPs, and other contributors and the UiPath staff from time to time. And mostly they deal with new products or new enhancements or features for existing products. And this will really put you in touch so that so you don't go out of touch. So let me phrase it like that. So it's very important. And then YouTube videos that MVPs and other contributors that create content about various topics. So you could search YouTube for those channels, subscribe to them, watch past videos, and subscribe so that you are alerted about new videos. So these are ways and methods by which you can learn and improve yourself. So I'm going to stop at this point. It's time for our Menti quiz. And after the Menti quiz, we'll move over to Christina. So Christina, over to you, please.
Yes, just a moment so I can activate the Menti a bit. Okay. Okay. Very good. I will share the QR code on screen and let me open the quiz. Okay. So you will see now the QR code on screen. You can join easily straight into the quiz room through the QR code. And whilst I do this, Afe will also share to you the link in chat if you're joining from your laptops. So if you're joining from computer, it's easier maybe to join from the link. But if you want to join from mobile, which is the easiest way, you can just scan this QR code here on screen. And we'll wait a bit to see how many of you managed to get into the quiz room. And let's see, we have 27 in session, so maybe 20 of you should get into the quiz room. Only 11 so far, but be careful. Look at the chat, see the link in the chat, and join as well through the link if you cannot scan the QR code. Afe, can we have the link in the chat?
Yes, I've done that.
You've done
So
it?
let me put it. Let me put
Okay.
it again. Let me put it again.
Okay. I'll just leave the QR code a bit more on the screen. And let's see. Okay, we have 14. Okay, I hope all of you managed to join by now. If not, here is your last chance, 5 seconds. And when you join into the quiz room, even if we only go through a bit of the questions, remain there till the end of the session. So leave the tab with the quiz room open, or keep it open on your mobile, because you'll come back to it. Ape, how many questions do we want to run through at the first?
I think we should just go through all of them so that
okay,
we are
perfect. So we have only one session. Okay, we'll move now to the first question. And remember, guys, answer fast to get more points. Which of the following is not a benefit of combining AI with traditional automation techniques in business context? And you have 3 options for answer here: improved accuracy, reduction of human errors, or increase in work time. And remember, this is a single out question, so it's not a benefit. Okay, correct. Yes, increasing work time is definitely what we don't want in such questions, in such context. So most of you answered correctly. Let's move to the leaderboard. I see we already have our usual suspect. Okay, we'll move to the next one. Okay, we have 15 players, and answer fast. Generative AI does not involve the use of ML algorithms to create new and original content. And you must consider whether this statement is true, false, or maybe. Means neither true, neither false. Correct. False is the answer. Let's see the leaderboard. Okay, so we have Otairo, okay, leading. Let's move to the next. We have 5 questions today. AI-powered automation tools leverage specialized and generative models to extract information from complex and unstructured data. And again, you must vote on your consideration for this statement. True, false, or maybe. Yes, correct. Of course, it's correct. Thank you. Let's move to the next. Oh, I think we have a change in situations here. I thought we had a tie. Okay, so hard storm. Very nice idea. Okay. So after this, we only have one more question. In which business context can AI-powered automation not be of help? Data processing, intelligent document processing, or crisis management? I think cafe theory depends a lot on the crisis. It's a bit, it could actually help in crisis management, not in a real crisis, of course, like not in the hazard scenario. In some crises, it might. Let's move to the leaderboard. And very close to a tie. Very, very close. Okay. Last questions, guys. So this will be the question defining our winner for today. So be careful, answer fast. Oh, okay. Let's see. Specialized AI refers to machine learning models trained to perform specific tasks or functions with a high degree of expertise. Again, true, false, or maybe. Correct. Yes, it is true. And we'll see a lot more of that in the future. Okay, so I think we have a new winner today. Heartstorm, congratulations. Please DM me your email. And congratulations to everyone for participating in our last quiz for this series. I really hope you had fun with these quizzes and engagement, and also got the chance to learn in a fun way new things. Okay.
Okay, Christine, it's your turn to tell us about the UiPath Student Champions Program.
Okay, of course. Just a reminder to Hearthstone to send me in a private message in the chat, the email address. Okay, so let me share again my screen, but let's go to. So if we go to the main page of UiPath community, which I hope by now is a hub, a site that all of you are familiar with. So community.uipath.com is a separate site from the UiPath corporate site, but it is also under the UiPath brand. It is just the hub dedicated to our community resources and presence. So all the resources and opportunities in UiPath community, you will find them here, including links to our main platform. So all of the community platforms are linked into this site, be it forum, be it academy, be it the everything that Afek previously mentioned, you will find here. So as you see, you have here a direct tab for Academy, and you also find on the resources, the forum, and the blog as well. So if we are here and we go bottom page, let's see, and you will see this map and this heat map. Course, this is a heat map, marks our presence worldwide. So you can see exactly how widespread is currently the UiPath community on the globe. It's incredible how much we have grown in these years, these last 5 years mainly. But we started early, I think early as 2016, 2017. And Forum actually was our very first community presence. So the UiPath community started from the product department with UiPath Forum. And all the points you see here, the small red points on the map, will define presences that we know as community chapters. This means that there are people who gather locally and start up a community chapter under UiPath in order to exchange knowledge and to learn together and to present sessions. People who share the same objectives. They might be automation developers, they might be business personas or students as well. The idea is that there is one thing they have in common, which is automation. And if we go on the segment for Europe, Middle East, and Africa, you will find all our presence in the EMEA region, including the chapters that Afek just mentioned to you that are located in Africa. But of course, for those of you who are not located in Africa, we also have the Asia Pacific and the Americas local communities, which you can check and find the nearest chapter to you. Another segment we have is the one dedicated to student developers, which are basically also local communities. Only the one thing they have different compared to the community chapter is that they are not pinned to city, they are pinned to a university campus. You will also see the country underneath, but most of them are pinned to a certain university. So the idea is that students in a university get together, one of them applies to become a student champion, and this one will define and start to grow the automation community within the university campus he applied for. So whether you are, for example, from a technical university in Lagos and you want to open up a Lagos student chapter, you can just apply to become a student champion and start growing a community within that university, meaning that you will ensure that you have a group who starts learning together and you start exchanging knowledge and going starting your journey, your automation journey together and ensuring that you help each other grow on this automation journey. Of course, with the help of the UiPath community staff and the student developer program manager. So you will have support on this journey. And if you are curious about how a student chapter functions and what is the activity, for example, in a student chapter. You can, for example, let's look at Delhi because I think it's one of the most active. And you will get to see, so there is a chapter definition, how the community identifies itself, what is their objective, and what is their decided, let's say, what is the path they want to go on, and what is the objective they set for themselves in the beginning. So it's sort of a declaration, and also an explanation to those who want to join the chapter and might not know the Delhi student community yet. You will find the past events here. You also find future events if there are any live at the moment. And then, of course, you will find the organizers here. Afe, I will ask you to take over for just 1 minute, please.
Okay. Okay, so as Christina was mentioning, you can join any of these chapters. So how the UiPath, just short bits from what the UiPath Student Champions Program is about. It's an annual award. I think we still have Razak here, correct? Razak. Hi, Razak.
Hello.
Okay, so thank God you're here. So Razak, as I told you guys yesterday, it's 2023, one of the 2023 UiPath student champions. So please, before Christina comes back, can you just tell us about your experience? How did you get into the champions program, and how has been your experience so far? And what would be your word of advice to students who want to step into the world of automation? Over to you.
Okay, I'm back, sorry.
I was asking Razak to, since he's a student champion, to just to give us a lowdown of his experience. Razak, are you there?
Oh,
Hello, Razak.
yes. Okay. I'm sorry, the network was breaking. Okay, so can I start, or since
Yeah, just
Yes.
minutes, just give us something.
Oh, okay. So thank you very much. So my name is Razak, as mentioned already, and I was being introduced to RPA by one of our mentors. He's called Dennis. He's the lead for Accra chapter. So he recommended this program for me, and it was very insightful. The experience that I've gotten out of this is that now, initially, people were thinking of this normal process of doing stuff, this normal process of working. So I got to elaborate, asking more questions about it, and he really explained things to me on how this robotic processing automation works. And the journey as a champion has helped me, one, to get a correct career path. It has shaped my life as a student champion. And also the community has been very grateful to me. They've helped us in organizing programs and also enlightening us on how to bring more people on board. So so far so good. It has been very successful as a UiPath student champion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Razak.
Thank
Over
you,
to you,
Razak.
Chris.
So I just shared with you the link to the program in the chat. The program opens once a year for applications in every region. So it's not simultaneously opened in all regions because the structure of the university year differs in between the regions. So if you go to the Student Developer Champion Program page, you will find here all the data regarding the program, and what the program has as motivation. And then you will also find some very nice testimonials that might help and inspire you, but also decode a bit what this program means from the very student champions themselves. So if you start going through these testimonials and see what motivations they had to walk this path and become community leaders within their universities, you will find a lot more about this program, because it always helps to hear directly from someone who actually did the program. And then you will find the role and the benefits, and also, of course, this is the eligibility criteria. So there are a few criteria in order to be eligible to apply as a student champion with UiPath. And then once you apply, and in case you are successful, you can join the student developer community at any time. So you can do that through the global student developer chapter that I shared before in the chat. But in case you pass the criteria and you pass the selection process, it's not a very easy one, but it's neither a very hard one. It just probably takes a bit of time to complete the questions, which are not technical questions. They are mainly questions regarding university, your purpose, and stuff like this. But then you will become a student champion, and you will get the chance, and you will also get the support to start this learning group within your university and lead a community of student automation developers within that university. So I hope this was a bit eye-opening for those of you who did not know about this program before. Maybe in the future we can invite my colleague who handles directly the program to come and join us and speak to you a bit more if you're interested. But at this point, if you have any questions, please unmute and tell me, ask me anything about this program or student developers with UiPath. And after this, I will pass it onward to Florian, my colleague.
Christina, so we also have Folonsho, who was one of our facilitators series. He was a 2022 student champion. So if he can also take a minute to tell us why he applied for the program and his benefits. Folonsho, are you here?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes.
great. All right. So, quickly, it was a wonderful experience. So basically, the reason why I applied is, I wanted, to, create a community of students, of student RPA developers, basically, like the phrase would say, catch them young, right? So, I was into the field already, so I felt like my colleagues could, benefit from this technology, even while in school. They could get to learn and, grow in the field. So that was the reason why I applied, and I was selected. So overall, the experience was, it was great. And we had students, a couple of them joined the community. It was a great one, basically. So let me just stop there.
Okay. Thank you very much, Folonsho. Someone asked in the chat if you need a certificate. So Christina, someone asked in the chat if you need a certificate to apply for this program.
No, there is no certificate needed. If we go and look closely, for example, here at the eligibility criteria. So what you will need, of course, enthusiasm for technology. So if you plan on starting a community of automation developers, you must really want to study along with them, because in order to lead others towards an objective, you must have that objective first yourself. So you must be a bit fascinated with automation and want to become an automation developer. Networking skills, you might have them, you might not have them. These are something that also you can learn. Every community builder needs this. So networking is very important when you want to start up and build a local community, even if it's a small group. So even if you will just guide a group of, let's say, 15 to 20 people, networking skills that I'm sure you all know because you're students within universities, and it is a particular time in life where networking skills are actually important and will help you. Influence and leadership. Again, this is something that you might already have, or if not, the program will teach it to you, because it will force you to become a leader. It will force you to guide others. But you must have determination to have an impact on others, to be able to guide them, and to see yourself doing this. and also know why you want to do this. You must be enrolled, of course, in a university, in an undergraduate or graduate program with an accredited higher education institution. So the idea is, in order to become a student champion, you must first be a student. Academic year of reference. So you should be studying in the senior or pre-final year of the university. So we are looking for last year students or pre-final year students, because it also gives you time. So if you are in the final year, you might not have that much time because you might be preparing your diploma exam. Yeah, but if you're in the pre-final year, I think it is perfect because it gives you also a full year to build this community. So you must be somewhere in between in the university year in order to actually have time to grow this community and to have the time and focus to give to this community. I don't think this is necessarily a hard criteria, so but I think maybe senior here might be a bit interpreted. But I know for sure that mostly they are looking for second and third year students. Organizational skills. So yes, when we build communities, we build them in order to hold events such as this one also. So you might have an interest in organizing events and building a community to demonstrate that you have planning and communication abilities. This basically means like you will get access to the platform when you have this local chapter, and you will be able to publish sessions, meetups on the platform. So this means that you must be ready to write event text, to describe agenda of the event, to wrap up events and upload the recordings, to communicate to your database of the chapter, so to tell them things like the daily emails that I send to you, basically what I do now with you. Problem solving mindset. To be a go-getter, to be proactive, to not succumb to the challenges you face. Because yes, you might face some challenges, but also there are pretty creative ways of going around these challenges. And anyway, you will find support with the UiPath dedicated persons. And willingness to learn, of course. So the criteria is not that hard. You mustn't be like certified in order to apply for to become a student champion, but you must be willing to take that journey, like to walk that path as you are now in this program. So with the same goal, with the goal of becoming an automation developer, with the goal of becoming UiPath certified. So let me know now if you have any more questions about this program, because I know it might be of a particular interest to you. Yes.
I wanted to ask,
Yes.
I'm not really a student, but I like to take myself over of a student. I graduated some years ago, but I'm still really young.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I work in an organization, and I don't know, how would I say? So I work at Deloitte, and I think they said, I'm not sure if we have a partnership with you guys. I'm not too clear on that because I wanted to do take the associate exam,
Mm-hmm.
and I I don't know. There was not really clarity, so I don't know if you're. I don't really know. So it's like I'm trying to take the course, the associate course. So I work at Deloitte, and I hear that we have a partnership, but I really can't. I signed up with my work mail, but I don't really see. How will I say it? I was sent a letter to give to my partner or something, the partner, the head of my division. So how does partnership works? I know this is like the student developer. So if you can send me your mail,
On the
maybe I
part
can
of
send.
on the part of the partnership, like partners versus UiPath certifications giveaway, that I cannot speak of. That can be in the hands of your manager and your partner manager from UiPath. So for that, I do not know the details currently. What I can tell you from the point of this series is that if you want to continue this program and complete the learning path in Academy, though if you're already working with Deloitte, you might have already completed it, then you will get the chance to take a verification test at the end of that and get the chance to win a certification voucher.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
So what I advise you now, I mean, from our point of view and what we are ready to offer at this point is for you to continue the learning path that we offer with this program, and then to take the verification test. And if you score the passing grade, you will get a certification voucher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to add, Molawale, I don't know your role at Deloitte, but partnership with UiPath is I've never really heard about examination vouchers. I think you need to ask your automation lead within your organization whether your organization buys or subsidizes vouchers for its employees, especially if you are connected to an automation role. I know some of your guys from Deloitte, developers, solution architects, BAs, and even project managers. But I've never really heard of UiPath giving a partner exam vouchers. The vouchers we
Yeah,
normally hear is within the UiPath community when we have events like this. So
yeah,
it doesn't happen. Yeah. So it doesn't happen for partners. So
yeah,
either
that
you
was
fund an exam, yeah, it's either you fund your own exam or you ask within your organization. There are some organizations that subsidize or even pay the full amount for certification exams for their employees. So you need to ask within your organization.
Thank you so much, Afe. I just need clarification on that. Thank you.
But like Christina said, you can partake in these associate certification context that it's up. Right, Christina?
Yes. Yes, there will be a verification test. So I'm still talking to our certifications team, but I will keep you updated. At the end of the learning path, and I will give you a clear deadline for the learning path, because to complete the learning path in UiPath Academy, the one that we have in store for you and the one that you received the link for, and in case you don't know where the link is, let's look back here in the program, because you have here something listed as UiPath Academy learning path, which is the Automation Developer Associate Training. So basically, you also find it in form, you also find it in tomorrow's email, and in the form you have to complete after today. I will also send it now in chat in case you didn't know what the learning path we keep mentioning is. This is the learning path. The idea is that it will take more than a few days to complete, because we don't know what's your availability daily to keep studying. So most probably I'm going to try to give you a month and a half to complete this learning path till sometime close to mid-August. And after the deadline for completion is finished, we will do a check with Academy to see how many of you completed the learning path based on the data you put in today's form. And I will share the form also in a minute now with you, but you will also receive it again by email. So if you have completed the learning path, then you will get a chance to take a verification test for the knowledge acquired. In case you pass that verification test, it will matter what is the percentage you have passed. So if you pass in between 50 and 70, you will most probably get a 50% certification voucher. If you pass between 70 and 100, you will most probably get a certification voucher for free. So we will see, and I will give you the clear information. And please be let's pay a bit of attention now, because I will share with you the form, but again, you will also receive it by email. So the form you have to complete in order to get a chance at this certification opportunity. But remember, it all depends on you completing the learning path in Academy, because we will check completion. So I will send the link now to you. I will share it in chat, and please make sure that by end of day tomorrow, all of you who intend on keeping learning and continuing this series and want to have a chance at becoming automation developer, certified automation developers, they complete this form, because without this form, we won't be able to track your progress. So, okay. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Hello, Chris.
You find the
Yeah, I think
information in the form.
Yeah, someone is asking a question in the chat. So can you explain the certification
I
passing
will
mark?
send you the details by email after I confirm with the certification team, because they are the ones who give us the certifications, and they are also the ones who will grade you on the verification test. So you'll find all these details in email, don't worry. And you also find a lot of details on this form, which I shared with you. You will find a lot of details there in the beginning of the form. Are there any other questions regarding the student developers? Student champions? If not, let me pass the mic to my colleague Florin, whom you can also ask about certifications because he's quite a pro. It's his department. His colleagues are the ones handling it. But he's here today to speak to you about the Academic Alliance program, which has a lot to do with university. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Afe. Wonderful session. I really listened carefully, and it's an amazing session that you're doing here. Hello, everyone. My name is Florin Grigorescu, and I'm the program manager, as Christina said, for the Academic Alliance program within UiPath. Now, I'm not sure how many of you are students or professors, but what I'll be trying to present really quick, as I know that you might have other questions or other queries about what has been presented here. So I want to leave some time for the Q&A session. I'll just go really quick through all, let's say, relevant details about this program. Now, regarding the Academic Alliance, this is a program that is meant for universities and not-for-profit institution, basically. What we provide is a support for professors to introduce and provide students with automation and RPA curriculum. Basically, exactly as you see in the Academy platform, the self-led trainings, we provide professors with instruction-led courses. These are meant to help students be more proficient, be more, let's say, up to date to what the UiPath products are doing. So that's a bit in a nutshell. For students, I think it's already been said by Afe throughout the session, and I really loved the way you put it out. And I can say from experience, because I've been working with the RPA technology for 9 years already, and I've been part of the Academic Alliance program for 3 years. This means that I've encountered, I think, about 3,000 professors and even more students. What I can say that if you're starting right now learning about RPA and how to use UiPath products, doesn't really you don't really need to be a developer. You don't really need to do this as your day-to-day job. But the fact that you're understanding and you're encountering this technology and this concept, you'll still be an early adapter. I've encountered a lot of clients throughout my RPA career, and it's still a hard adoption rate from the companies. Now, I don't know what was discussed in the previous sessions, but I can only imagine that it has been presented in details what RPA means to the working environment, and the effect that you can have within this industry just by understanding the concept. You don't need to really be a developer, but just by understanding, be the subject matter expert, be the one that comes with the idea of an automation, will still propel you miles away in your throughout your career. Now let's go a bit on the courses that we provide for the Academic Alliance partnership. We have the RPA Design and Development course, which is aligned with the Associate Developer Training. We also have the RPA Advanced Design and Development Training, which is the Developer Professional. But we also have for the business users, the business analysts for RPA, which is aligned also with the respective certification. What are we preparing? When I think you already been presented with the discounts for the certification part. As part of this team, I can say that the content that is presented in the certification is the benchmark for any partner that we have throughout the entire world. So having even the associate developer, which is basically the first level of certification that you can have as a developer, will set you up for success in any company that respects itself and implemented RPA as a technology. I think that's about it about Academic Alliance. So to cut it short, you can add me on LinkedIn. You can also get my contact from Christina or Afe. So if you are a student and you want to implement RPA in your university, so either a student, either a professor, contact me and let's talk a bit more. Because what we're trying to do right now with this program is to set up students for success. So presenting exactly like what is community doing right now for everybody, we're like the community, but for the university. We're trying to bring students from point zero, from the point that they don't know anything about RPA, to the point that they get hired and have an RPA job. So thank you for having me. Congratulations for this session, and yeah, looking forward to get in contact with as many as possible.
Thank you very much, Florian, for joining us and presenting so nicely. So I gave you a link, the LinkedIn for Florian in chat. If you wish to connect with our colleague, he is responsible also for the EMEA region on behalf of Academic Alliance. And you have all the data on the Student Champion program as well. And as I also said in the chat, this program is not like the unique opportunity in a year to get on a learning path and end up in obtaining finally a UiPath certification. You will find much more opportunities if you look carefully throughout the year in our chapters, in the community events. Whenever you see learning series, most of them will probably have the goal of you completing a learning path in academies such as this one. And these are series that run throughout more chapters, like more regions, also in Americas, also in APJ, you will find series. For example, this particular series was initiated in our Lagos chapter in Africa, but we also published it on our Global Learners chapter in order to make this opportunity accessible to everyone. So if I were to tell you and guide you now for 2 chapters that will be truly beneficial for you to join in order to receive such news from UiPath community, I would definitely guide you to join the Global Student Developer chapter, which we shared before. I can share it again now. And one other chapter would be the Learners chapter. So let's see those chapters. Learners is here in global and virtual, and I will just share now the link in the chat. And this is a chapter, of course, exclusively dedicated for learners. And the other one is the global chapter in student developers. So here you go. Join these 2 chapters. And of course, I would strongly encourage you to join in Africa or anywhere around the world, your closest chapter. But if you want to join, for example, the initiators of this series, please join the Lagos chapter. So in order to stay connected to Afe, Emmanuel, and your trainers in this series, you should join the Lagos chapter. Let me know if we have any more questions at this point. Feel free to open up your mic and ask. Unmute. If not, I will try to run a short poll now. Let me see if I manage. Because some of you requested for us to continue by having an office hours weekly, where we can meet with you, your trainers will meet with you in order to work with you through the challenges you might encounter on the learning path. So in case you become blocked at a certain course, your trainers can be there to help. For that, you will also have the UiPath forum thread, remember. But we will also try to make these office hours happen, and I will let's try to launch this Zoom poll now for all of you and to see your answers. So you should see the poll on the screen. I will leave it open until the end of this meetup, so you have time to answer it at any time. And I will take questions now, or Afe can take questions as well.
There's a question in the chat that someone is saying that he's not a student. So what's the best chapter for him to join?
He can explore all of the UiPath chapters, so I would first recommend join the closest community chapter to you. So look at the region and join the community chapter that is closest to your region. And the next thing, I would go and take a close look at these global and virtual chapters and see which of them resonates best with me. So for example, citizen developer are for those who will use Studio X, not Studio non-code, low code, no code. But the best ones to join are learners, and definitely depending on the region you are in, if you are located in EMEA, APJ, you should join EMEA and APAC virtual events. If you are located in the Americas, join the Americas global chapter. Because in between these two, you will find the best events, though they might be, let's say, a bit more difficult. They might touch parts of the platform which you have yet to learn. But in between these two chapters, the community is split. So these are our biggest worldwide global chapters, America virtual events and EMEA APAC. So I strongly encourage you to join the one closest to your town, then go to your region and join the chapter closest to you. Any other questions?
So while we wait for questions, Christina, I want to give a shout out to students of McPherson University, Nigeria. I don't know if there's any one of them here.
Let's see.
McPherson University. Anyone? You can type your name in the chat if you are from MCU. Also Bells University, Nigeria. We had some of them this event day 1 and day 2. I don't know if they continued. Any student from MCU here?
Okay, so we have what I know from Bells University.
Yeah, I would like to connect with you later. Emmanuel and I are thinking about having a physical event in your university. So that's a conversation we would like to continue later. So just send me your WhatsApp number, DM me your WhatsApp number. You can reach me on LinkedIn so that we can continue the conversation, okay?
Okay. Are there any other questions at this point? To me, Afe, or to Florine? I don't know whether Florine is still with us. Yes, he's still with us. Afe, would you like to say some words before we end?
Okay. Just a repeat of what you've already said, kind of. Basically, I got this information from the form you shared. Please, if you have, while you try to learn, if you are following this deadlines or this timeline. I like calling them timelines, not deadlines. And you have issues, please remember the forum page. Remember the forum page. Please put your questions here. And Christina will reach out to you after we've been able to decide on how someone asked for office hours. So for that to work, it'd be nice to have those questions. Then if we can look at, come into a session in 1 hour or 1 hour, 30-minute session, then look at all the questions or the challenges we have on this page, then we resolve them, and then till next week again. But that would be if people would submit their challenges. So that's what's going to make the office hour sessions interesting. When you submit issues you have, and then we can jump into the call and address those issues. If there are no issues, it means we will just come to the session and we'll be looking at ourselves, which will not be fun. So please, if you have those, if you have any issue between now and when we try to get to August 15th, please drop your questions here. Okay, and please do fill that form, because we might be reaching out to some of you to see if we can give you a physical visit for those who are in Nigeria. Maybe we can pass some of the information for those in Ghana to Razak and Dennis. They might be able to get you guys. There's a vibrant students community in Accra, Ghana, and a lot of champions have been coming out from there. So it would be nice for us to have this relationship moving forward, so that we can continue to grow. Iron sharpeneth iron, so to speak. So these are my last thoughts. Stay close and happy automation.
There's a question, Christina.
Yes.
Someone is
I see the question in the chat. So
okay. Sure.
how we're going to go about this is that the first condition for you to have a chance at the verification test will be to have completed this program. So we will first check attendance and registration to the program. We won't exclude non-students at this point if you have participated within the program. Then the second criteria will be, of course, for you to have completed the Academy Associate Developer Learning Path. And then the third condition will be for you to pass the verification test with the required grade percentage, actually, because currently the certification team, like, you get a percentage of completion on that test depending on where you scored. And the verification test will be built from the learning path in Academy. So if you go through all these 3 steps, keeping in mind that the first requirement will be for you to have completed this series, then we will not exclude non-students, because you will still be students in automation. So we will see, but the idea is that the data we ask in that form will help us monitor this progress, and it will also help us have the justification for obtaining the certification voucher. So it's very important for you to keep learning and to engage on the learning path in Academy, and to see whether this is a good fit for you, to keep on to that objective, to keep your focus. I think the timeline is pretty realistic at this point, so it's not too short. And I will reconfirm anyway the timeline as we move along, because in this case, because now, for example, we have finished this program, which was totally in our hands, but from this day onwards, the program will expand to include more UiPath teams. So the deadlines might not be entirely up to us, but you will always receive updates in case anything changes. But you must complete the form so we know where to contact you and which accounts to check progress on. So I hope that is understood and it makes sense. And why we are required, I think it's pretty clear from the form why we require the Academy ID. The idea is that you might have, for example, if in the past you studied on UiPath Academy, you might have an older user on UiPath Academy, and you might have registered for this series with a totally different email. So in order not to lose you in that process, we will check your progress based on the Academy user you list in that form. because if you have two different users, one for community events, one for UiPath Academy, we might lose you in between. So when you complete that form, we will make sure that we can track your progress across the platforms. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. These were 5 very intensive days, and I know it was a lot for you as well. And I truly respect the amount of time and dedication you put into this. And I hope you know now that you have a community that you can reach out to. Please use that forum thread because the trainers will still keep looking at it daily. And we'll come back with what we can obtain and set for office hours, because that also depends on the availability the trainers will have in the future. If we cannot do it weekly, we'll make sure at least to do one every 2 weeks. Thank you very much. And see you onwards, and communicate with you by email. And you'll receive a wrap-up email tomorrow. The last one. Thank you. Thank you, Afe, also for guiding us, and thank you to all the trainers that put their hard work into this series. To Joseph,
Thank you very much.
Zo, everyone who helped, Gazak.
That's right.
Thank you very
That's
much.
right.
Yeah.
And Florin, thank
So
you for
I
joining
think
us.
screenshots. Christina, can you take a screenshot of?
If they will turn on their cameras, so everybody, those who are able to, if you can turn on your computer cameras, so we can take a screenshot. Let's say like end of the year photograph. Then we will. So let's see. Just for the photo. Okay. We have someone with a very nice hat. Okay. Let me stop the recording.